Good morning. This is Martin Y., Principal at Leesville High School. I want to welcome every one of you to watch the first viewing of our Veterans Day Assembly. Before we start the production, I would like to say a special thank you to a few certain groups. One, I'd like to say thank you to Colonel McAllister and Leesville High School ROTC for all your time, energy, and effort that you put forth into this assembly. I'd also like to thank Mr. Pruitt and the LHS Choir for their performance on this video. I would also like to thank Miss Nancy Scoggin and the Wampus Cat Production team for making this video possible. In addition to that, I would also like to thank Fort Polk Garrison Commander Colonel Ryan Roseberry for his kind and encouraging words. In addition to that, I also want to thank every veteran that paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can even afford the opportunity to be here to do this. More importantly, I want to thank every Wampus Cat affiliated veteran who submitted a photograph, or for those of you who submitted a photograph on behalf of your favorite Wampus Cat veteran. As always, once a Wampus Cat, always a Wampus Cat. We thank you and we hope that you enjoy this production from Wampus Cat Productions.
Good afternoon, Wampus Cats, and thank you for inviting your Army to Leesville High School and the junior high for this exceptional salute to our heroic veterans. I appreciate the invitation to participate in this honor. On behalf of Brigadier General David Doyle, the Commanding General of the Joint Readiness Training Center in Fort Polk, where we just finished training 5,000 soldiers from the 2nd Brigade, 25th Infantry Division from Hawaii, he would like to offer his gratitude to our veterans and their families here today. As a Fort Polk Garrison Commander and a U.S. Army officer, I'm both humbled and proud that my duty is here today at Leesville High School and Junior High to spend time honoring our veterans, our families, and our patriotic community. But before I begin, I also want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your enduring heartfelt support for our soldiers at Fort Polk, your prayers and your encouragement and kind words such as thank you for your service. These words embolden and strengthen our soldiers' unwavering commitment to a thankful nation. Today, we celebrate Veterans Day, and as your history teachers here at Leesville High School and Junior High would tell us, Veterans Day began as Armistice Day, which observed the end of World War I at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. This American holiday was renamed appropriately Veterans Day in 1954 to celebrate the service of all U.S. military veterans. Today, 102 years after the end of World War I, which was termed the war to end all wars, we gather here in this high school and junior high to honor veterans that live in our community. None of these veterans fought in World War I. However, we proudly recognize our veterans from World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, the Gulf War, and more recently combat operations in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. I'm an Army soldier, but Veterans Day honors all of our services: the Army, the United States Navy, the U.S. Air Force, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. On the Army colors, the Army's flag, there are 190 campaign streamers that represent those military conflicts that our veterans contributed to in defense of our nation, beginning with the Revolutionary War battle at Lexington and proceeding to today's combat operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. Of the 190 Army campaign streamers, 124 of them were authorized from World War II to present day. That is the enormous impact of our veterans today. They've been on point for our nation. Our veterans are the heroes that won the Cold War against the Soviet Union, that conducted the devastating left hook that shocked Saddam Hussein's army and freed Kuwait in just over 100 hours of combat operations. These warriors remain vigilant, standing with our South Korean allies in the DMZ, and since 9/11, these veterans removed 2 oppressive regimes in both Afghanistan and Iraq. Our veterans have walked through the history books of the United States. We stand in awe of their demonstrated bravery on the battlefield and their patriotic commitment to duty. American citizens who raised their right hand to defend the nation, fully knowing what the ultimate price could be. Warriors and heroes, all of them. As we thank each of our veterans, we would be remiss if we did not thank their families, spouse, children, brothers, sisters, or parents. Those who have sacrificed dearly to support their warrior. The veterans reflect the strength of our military services. but the families sitting by their sides are the foundation and strength of our nation. Many of these family members are among you, sitting next to you in your classrooms. It's not easy being a military family, experiencing multiple household moves, several different schools, combat deployments, and missed birthdays, missed proms, homecomings, anniversaries, and graduations. Our military community represents less than 1% of our American population. These families have sacrificed so much for a grateful nation. Following their service to the country, our veterans leave the camouflage uniform of the military services and rejoin communities like those here in Vernon Parish. Each veteran is committed to providing service to his or her new community, bringing their military values of loyalty, duty, honor, respect, selfless service, integrity, and personal courage. You know these veterans. You know them as football coaches, teachers in your schools, members of city government, police officers, firemen, and neighbors, lending a hand to our Fort Polk soldiers and families. The efforts our veterans have protected the citizens of the United States and maintained our freedom. As members of the greatest military force in history, they've liberated hundreds of thousands of people from tyranny across multiple continents in different generations. Thank you for allowing me to participate in your Veterans Day observance, and let us never forget how special it is to live in a free nation that has been defended by these patriotic veterans, each brave citizen volunteer who stepped forward to defend the United States of America. JRTC and Fort Polk salutes all of our veterans. So for those veterans listening today, thank you for your service.
A toast to the flag. Here's to the red of it. There's not a thread of it, no nor a shred of it, in all spread of it, from foot to head. But heroes bled for it, faced steel and lead for it, precious blood shed for it, bathing it red. Here's to the white of it, thrilled by the sight of it, who knows the right of it, but feels the might of it through day and night. Womanhood's care for it made manhood dare for it. Purity's prayer for it keeps it so white. Here's to the blue of it, beauteous view of it, heavenly hue of it, starred-spangled dew of it, constant and true. Diadems gleam for it, state stands supreme for it, liberty's beam for it, brightens the blue. Here's to the whole of it, stars, stripes, and pole of it, body and soul of it, oh, and the roll of it, sun shining through. Hearts in accord for it, swear by the sword for it, thanking the Lord for it, red, white, and blue.
Order. Arms.
Whenever you're ready, we'll all back.
Forward. March. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Helmet. Coat. About face. Order. Arms. Ready. Face. Forward. March.
Shout, counter marching on.